Hey guys, it's John. Hey, sometimes things come into our lives, and we come into our lives, and I want to suggest to you that sometimes we want to put them in a bucket. Circumstances come into our lives, and we want to put it in a bucket labeled good or a bucket labeled bad. And I want to suggest to you that God is bigger than our categorization. There are things that come into our lives, and sometimes we want to say, this is a bad thing, this is a bad circumstance. And I know that in your life and in mine, sometimes we look back and we say, you know what? At the time, I thought it was bad. At the time, I thought that losing my job was bad. I thought that that person that came into my life was bad, or that person that left my life, and it was bad for me. And when you look back, you can say, you know what? It was actually pretty good. And there's a Bible verse in Genesis chapter 50 and verse 19 that says that you intended this for bad, but God used it for good. There's times in our lives that something comes into our lives, and maybe it's an illness, or maybe it is a job loss, or maybe it is some other circumstance that comes into our lives, and we say, oh my gosh, what just happened? That was bad. But maybe we put that in the bucket that's labeled bad, but God, in His infinite wisdom and His infinite power, is able to change the label on the bucket, so to speak, to change it from bad to being good. God wants good things for you in your life and me in my life. And so I want to suggest to you, when something comes into your life, don't be so quick to categorize it as good or bad, because ultimately we don't know what's good for us, but God does, and His promise is that He's going to work all things out together for the good for you if you love Him.